Hey guys, welcome back. It's another whatnot video. I feel like there's been a lot of those recently, but we're trying to drive the point home here. Again, I'm sure there are countless people that have reported this instance, and I'm sure many more will in the future. But why is whatnot not doing anything about it? They're not. There's a clear breaking of rules that is happening that people are pointing out, and there's no action that's taken on it. Whether it's in Pokemon, whether it's elsewhere, it seems like the app itself is just it's a little bit bad. There's a lot of bad things going on, and the fact that it goes unpunished is probably why it keeps happening. We have an example here. We got the big retro game shop. PS5 ceiling ends up in last mystery bag. So, as we saw with Blake, he would, from what the insiders that worked with Blake have told me, he would like to leave stuff until the end of his mystery baggies, mystery boxes, mystery slab boxes. You want the big stuff at the end. Why do you want the big stuff at the end? Well, when you're auctioning off mystery bags and the good stuff is still in there, then you can be like, yeah, your odds they're increasing. They're only getting better from here. The odds of getting the big baller item that I've been talking about this whole time, the big prize, the big PS5 that's in one of these mystery bags, it wouldn't be very good if it was in the first mystery bag, right? It wouldn't be very profitable. So when you have that incentive there, you got to worry. You got to worry about the fact that, like, hey, is Blake or is a video game goth girl here, is she rigging this on us? Is she going to make sure that the PS5 isn't the last one? Are they doing something sketchy? Again, there's huge motivation to have the big item in the last thing. There's huge motivation to rig this thing, and we got a whole lot of, like, why are you taking stuff off camera when it doesn't need to be taken off camera for no reason other than you probably rigged it and you put the PS5 piece of cardboard. Anyway, we'll watch the clip here. You guys let me know what you think is wrong with this. Everything. Spoiler alert. But here's the clip. And it doesn't matter if it's cards or anything else. This is why you can't have gambling. This is why you can't have mystery items, because people are going to abuse the living hell out of them.
Dude, fucking A, man. Nice. Alright, does anybody fucking care at this point? Let's see what you got. Sorry, Mike, I couldn't go over. Oh, okay. We got a sealed PS4 game, Horizon. We got a sealed Rainbow Siege game. And we got a sealed Battlefront. Woohoo! It's not in there, I might kill myself. And just for the sake of showing you guys, you got a PS5. Woo! Spoiler, did you know it was in there? I'm not sure.
Okay, so they're joking at the end because they're like, did you know it was in there because it was the last bag? But you took the bag off screen and you could easily put a piece of cardboard in the last one, regardless of what baggie it was. You could have had all the baggies. All the baggies could have been whatever the baggies were. And then all of a sudden, all you got to do is slip that piece of cardboard in or pretend that was in the envelope. Again, why is it not on screen? Why did you put it down to the side there? Were the PS4 games too heavy? Is that what's going on here? Like, come on, please, guys, just stop buying from this stuff. Whatnot, clean this stuff up. I don't know how you fix it at this point, because, like, clearly, like, the amount of exploits that we're seeing here, just blatant. We'll get back to what's going on here. We got I am Astrea, who posted this. Thanks to them for doing so. Good job on that. Good job at spreading that awareness. The account still very much exists. Just making sure. One day, at some point in time, I'm sure Whatnot is going to take action on one of these folks before. Why is that auto playing? Before. Stop, Reddit. Stop. Before I actually make a video about something, someday. I dream of the day where Whatnot already took action before I can make a video. That'll be the day. Now, so we got into a few times now the terms and conditions, the rules and regulations, the updated gambling purchase-based prizes, breaks, and stuff like that. Right in here under gambling, and I know, like, they're going to say that there's different rules for different categories, which I think is ridiculous. You would think that gambling would be gambling regardless, because, again, a lot of this stuff has gotten to the point, it's come to the point that it's not even about what the items are anymore. It's about the gamble. When you're paying $300 for a $3 pack, a $3 video game, whatever it is. If you're paying for the gambling and the thing in the background, the big prize, it's gambling, and the price of it has gotten way out of control to the point that you basically can call Whatnot an online casino. They don't want to be called that. There's a lot of rules and regulations behind being one of those, and it doesn't involve just having random people tune in from their own home and run carnival casino type games. So here, right in under gambling, it says no paid raffles or randomized results, paid entries to races, wheels, raffles, roulette spins, or other results for a prize. For example, auctioning raffle tickets to win a video game console. So like, this is kind of the same thing as just having a mystery bag with the video game console in there, because you're auctioning tickets, you're auctioning bags, replace tickets with mystery bags. So it's even more of a gamble, because I guess there's other stuff in there. Again, like, this is ridiculous. Like, I don't know. Yes, there's probably honest people in there that are doing actual auctions for video game consoles and stuff like that. Like, the vast majority of this stuff, if it's run legitimately, like, stores are not going to have, this is not going to be a way to make money for them. If they're doing it legitimately, there's a good chance that they're losing money if they just go straight up and get a PS5. Because you have a selected number of people that are in there that can just go buy their own PS5 if they want to. So they're hoping to get a deal. They should be hoping to get a deal. I mean, a lot of them are probably just in there because it's Gamble City. But if we go down to mystery boxes and packs, and I know this is probably more focused in on TCG, they say all mystery boxes / packs must be opened and shown during the live stream. 100% agree. And again, if you take it off screen, or if like the indicator is just like a piece of cardboard that you can slip in, even if you have your back to the camera and you're hiding part of the bag, and you have that and you just go sloop, and then whoop, oh man, it's a PS5 in the last one every time. How does that work? How do we hit every energy? And these in the match the energy thing, it's wild how it's always like this crazy thing that happens. Again, the odds of it being the last one are, depending on how many bags you have, one in that many bags, essentially. So if you have 50 bags, your odds of being the last bag, not very good. But when you're putting the cardboard thing in there, because you have it off screen, at least this is very much what it looks like. Again, there's a clear intent to pull it off screen for seemingly no reason. You could do it. You didn't even have to walk up that close to the camera if that's what you're worried about. All mystery boxes / packs must be kept on screen during the show. Sweet. Yeah, I think that is a good rule. And again, the must be opened is kind of important, because you could have something that you're advertising that is in there that isn't in there. So that's a no. Same with like the pull the wiener dog, pull the cards, that kind of thing. The ways there are tons of ways that they can be manipulating this, and I mean, clearly they're breaking the rules by not taking stuff on screen, unless you read this little part here, which I have no idea why this part is even included. It says, if you are selling in a category outside sports or TCG and have early payout, you are not required to have all mystery boxes on screen during the live stream. If you're found abusing this, early payout will be disabled and you may be banned from Whatnot. What? What? Why? Why is this a rule? What in the hell is this? Like, just in case your mystery boxes are car size or something? Like, just pan out. If it's car size mystery boxes that you're giving away, my apologies, but you just need to find a way to get them all on screen. You can. There's a way to do it. You might need to buy a warehouse. They might have to be way back in the back side of the warehouse, but they should be on screen the entire time. There's too many ways to abuse this, as we just saw. You can take it off and pretend something was in there that wasn't in there. You can manipulate when something gets hit, something big gets hit, and you can leave it to the very end. However, you must have a proxy system on screen that denotes which mystery item a buyer has won, and the designated box / pack must be shown and opened on screen during the live stream. I mean, like, it was opened, but it was off screen when it was being opened, I guess. I don't know. Like, just make it so that everything has to be shown. I don't give a shit. I mean, there shouldn't be, the mystery boxes in general are going to be exploited in some certain way. If it's not randomized, if they're not mixing them up even, like, they can easily have themselves or a friend or whoever else in the background bidding on knowing which one is the big one, and then they either don't have to ship it or they get to send their friend a PS5 and not somebody else. But like, what the hell are these? What the hell are these rules? All right, let's see what they have to say down below. We got the auto moderator. Condoms, the packs are not visible on screen. She takes them off the screen, just report to Whatnot and let them deal with it. So yeah, they probably reported, and it looks like Whatnot is not dealing with it. Maybe they will now after they watch my video, but they certainly have not at this point in time. Again, this was only 3 days ago. I mean, it should have been, what was it, August 18th? So we'd think that people have reported it at this point in time. Nothing was done. It's going to be coming up on a month here. Nothing done. Smashing Lumpkins saying, how about we just stop supporting live streams that do this in general? Like, just stop using Whatnot and completely remove this market. I don't think that works. I think it's, there's always going to be people that want to do this. There's always people that want to gamble more than they want to pack. I don't know why they don't just go to the casino, or they don't go to an online casino to do that. I have no idea why you would want to go to like something that's unregulated. Maybe you love getting scammed. I don't know what it is exactly, but you would think that like that the audience that is getting into the really gambly end of things, maybe it's justification for the gambling. Because if you're spinning a slot machine on an online casino, then you have a problem, but it's not a problem when you're buying mystery bags. I'm not sure. We got a Thunder who's saying, no, the only way to stop this is to report every seller that is out here scamming. Just not supporting them won't stop them. I think the biggest thing is to show Whatnot, the people that are on Whatnot, that like Whatnot, that want to use Whatnot, that are selling on Whatnot, that aren't doing the gamble stuff, need to push for it. The customers need to push for it. They need to push back on Whatnot and say, hey, you need to crack down on this stuff. It's making us all look bad, and we want to use your app, but we can't because we don't want to be associated with the nonsense that's going on here. It's pretty much what it comes down to. They need to, I don't know if they need more moderation, more Whatnot, trust and safety, whatever they need to be to look into this stuff. Maybe they're flooded right now. I'm sure they're flooded right now with going through Blake footage to try to get refunds on all that stuff that needs to be refunded. Again, that should have just been a blanket refund all. Hey guys, we're sorry. We promoted somebody that was ripping all of you off. He had a team of people that were ripping you all off. Here you go. Everyone's refunded. Done. We won't let it happen again. We're going to crack down, be extra juicy on the old moderation front to make sure that none of our customers are getting ripped off, and we'll do everything in our power to make sure that that doesn't happen. But again, they didn't, and they're sitting on their hands right now, from what it seems. Eastern Passenger, that PS5 tag definitely was not in envelopes. No, envelopes must stay on camera at all times. No good reason to take them off screen. No, there is no good reason to take it off screen other than the fact that she could slip in the cardboard piece. I mean, it would have been very easy for her to do it, and it's, in my opinion, clearly what happened there. Like, bad enough that it's in the last one, which you could know which bag it was in and make sure that it's the last one if you were not mixing them up or pretending to mix them up and then leaving that as the last one, depending on whether you let people pick them or not. Again, Blake would let somebody pick when it was like 3 boxes left, so that, you know, maybe the 3 boxes at the end are the expensive ones and it doesn't really matter at that point, or it gives the illusion that you're getting to pick something when all of the ones prior to that are not randomized. So again, just taking advantage of the fact that a big item at the end would be extra juicy. All-Star 11 says, report these frauds and continue to report frauds. Yes, 100% agree. Report the living crap out of it. Post on the Reddit. Send it to me if you can. All that kind of thing. But I think it's good to, even if you send it to me, even if you tag me in it. Thank you, RickRoll0515, for tagging me here. Much appreciated. Stop buying from fuckers and then take it all off screen. Agreed. And the problem with this is, like, people would be like, oh no, you can trust them. I won something from them before. I won a PS5 at one point in time. Yeah, well, did you win the PS5? Was it in the last baggie? Did you bid $1 million jillion on it because everyone knew the PS5 was in the last one? They simply throw in the PS5 ticket whenever they feel like it. What a joke of an app. True, 100%. And this is why the lack of action that happens on Whatnot's behalf is the thing that makes it a joke of an app. Like, yes, you're going to have shady people that are doing this stuff. I still think that any app or anything like this needs to do background checks the same way that you have to do a criminal background check if you're running like Pokemon events or anything like that. If you're essentially an employee, not really an employee, I guess you're kind of like a hired contractor for Whatnot. If you're on Whatnot and you're selling to Whatnot customers as a Whatnot streamer, they should be very concerned. They should want only the most integral, awesome people. Yes. Is that going to mean that in the short term, they don't get the bucks from all the G-Baller 69s that have stolen, that are terrible people? Yeah, they don't. But when it builds up an app that people can use, that people are proud to use, that people want to use, that they want to be part of, I would have to argue that would be better for the long term. That's the most important thing. It's the same with the gambling and stuff like that. Yes, people would love, especially the sellers, would love to offer online casino services because it's free money. Even if they're not rigging it, like the margins on this stuff that we're seeing, the markup on this stuff, it's the same with the Razzle Dazzle McSwazzles on Facebook that are raffles or lotteries, but they're not called that because they get auto-flagged. Yes. Are they making an absolute killing with that, even if they're not ripping people off? Yes. Are they allowed to? No, they're not. It's against the law. It's illegal gambling. Otherwise, everyone would be doing it. You go into a convenience store and you'd have to gamble for everything that you were trying to pick up. Snailda. Also, if they knew they were going to give it away in the last bag, they could have made an account and just bid themselves. Win-win for them. Also this. So, like, I mean, they could have put it in at any point in time. If they put it in the last bag, yes, awesome. It's awesome. But also, yes, they could be show bidding on the last bag. I mean, everyone would have known that the PS5 was in the last bag in this instance. But yes, if people are rigging this type of thing, yes, they can say like, yeah, you definitely want bag number 5. That's a juicy one. That's got PS5 games instead of PS4 games. You want to get that. Douglas Walker, LOL. We got the Doug emote. Business pro tip: never give your money to someone with an insane clown Posse tattoo. Yes, it's true. I forgot. We are in tattoo territory once again. I don't know. Guys. Have I covered a Whatnot scammer that doesn't have tattoos? How many does Blake have tattoos? And now let them learn hard way. I'm still paying off my loan. This randomly popped up on my Reddit feed. I have zero idea what's going on, but I know one thing, then that's never trust anyone with an ICP tattoo with anything, not just financial, but anything. Asthmatic says, hey now, I have met some really nice juggalos, and I've also had a venue I work with host multiple ICP shows. They had the least amount of problems compared to any other show, and the crowd was super nice and polite, minus the Fago covering the entire venue. Well, what are we talking about here? And it being sticky for a week. That sounds like a terrible time. Some of the juggalos are definitely assholes, but a lot are nice. Not just this one allowing bags to be opened off screen. Now this is fucking hilarious. Can people ask for a refund with a scam like this? Yeah, they should be able to. Everyone that participated within that stream should be able to get a refund. Should have a refund. Should get a refund, including the person that won the PS5. Because if it was auction style, and if they had previous purchases, even that last purchase, the price would be inflated if it was auction style, because everyone knew that the PS5 was in the final bag. Right. So odds were skewed on every single instance there. And if they're going to be like, no, it was just a coincidence, well, you should have kept it on screen. Seller loses all credibility when they take that shit off screen, and they put it in a position where like it looks like it's almost certainly a scam. Whatnot needs to side with the buyers at this point in time. At that point in time, sorry sellers, but if you're gonna do something sketchy like that, I don't give a fuck how many coincidences happen. You deserve to have everything refunded on you. We have fuck with 8 billion C's says Shoddy look like she's cosplaying as a Chuck Taylor all-star high top sneaker. Edit: earlier in the stream, someone in chat says, imagine if the PS5 is in the last bag, and she goes, it's good to be? LOL. She's definitely trying super hard to be unique, and you can tell. So what you're saying is I should just wait and be the last bag buyer on everyone's stream to win big. Yeah, so here's the issue with that. Yes. Well, yeah, you should be. I mean, if the last bag was the same price, then yes, you should buy the last bag. But that's not how it works. As Astrea here says, well, the last bag is going to go for a boatload since everyone will know it has the PS5. Exactly. Not to mention the increased price of the bags as you get closer to getting that PS5. So the people that were buying towards the end there, they got shafted the hardest. Agrees34 says point still stands. Why buy bags leading up to the last one if only the last one is going to be worth it? And we got to try and hit a ceiling game probably. If they're going to open the bag off camera, they can easily have a friend win it. I mean, yes, they could do that too. I don't think that's what happened in this instance. I think they were just trying to milk as much money throughout the stream as possible because the PS5 was still always on the table. It was still always available. Could have easily been the guy you see at the beginning too, since he goes off camera, and then you hear clapping in the back, or she could have just done it real quick also. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, not everyone's as dumb as Harvey. As our boy Harvey that was like bidding on his own crap because I guess he didn't have any friends that could do it for him. We got Ad who says they waited to the end to make sure they made enough money to be able to give it away. Scammers gonna scam. Yeah, this is pretty much it. So you make a ton of money because you only give it away at the end. It's the same with like the energy scams that we've seen from the Blakers. They want to make enough money that they can justify the like $3,000 worth of crap in the background, because if it was 1 and 8 and there was $3,000 worth of crap on the table in the sweet deal prizes on the backside in the bounty, then yeah, it's all similar scams. It's all stuff that, like, if you just take a look at it, it's not feasible for them to be giving out a PS5 early on they would lose their absolute ass, because the rest of the bags, if the rest of the bags have a bunch of PS4 games that are like clearance garbage that they're trying to get rid of, the PS5 is what's selling all of that. So them putting the PS5 in, them pulling it early, and then just losing their ass on the rest of the bags, if they have to sell all the bags, or if their plan is to sell all the bags, then they're fucked. They're absolutely fucked. It's like throwing money out the window. They're spending time to throw money out the window. Again, unless they're rigging this thing, it's essentially, there's no way they're making money on it. Unless they get lucky and it's the last one or towards the end. Same way others do. If top bis X dollars, we toss in X or do a giveaway. Yeah. We have Super Jess Official who says, why aren't the bags sealed? She could take that sticky note out and move it if needed, or probably was just sitting next to her on the table. Wow, the chances of it being in the last bag. So yeah, even if they were sealed, if she opened it and set it down off camera to the side, or even if it was partly off camera, she could like have it, like, pretend she's pulling it out of the bag, but it's behind the bag. Like, the whole thing needs to be on camera, and it needs to be completely visible at all times. That, or if she goes to grab a bag and it's open off the table and she's got her back to you, she could easily like sloop, stick that little PS5 piece of cardboard straight in there. Rick Roll 0515. Oh boy, this one is juicy. We got L_EO who says she had a big table behind her she could have used. It is what it is. Yeah, it looks like a scam. If she wasn't scamming there, I would be very surprised. Thunder, she takes the envelope off screen to open it up. She could pull games out of any envelope off screen. The entire stream was a scam. We all need to repost this streamer. The Wizard Investor saying, what is with the wizards on friggin' Whatnot and or Whatnot app? Could you guys imagine that tens of thousands of people have been scammed on Whatnot and lost big money? I get that some people could afford taking the hit, but most buyers on Whatnot are normal, hardworking people. It's really sad that these sellers and Whatnot itself are so greedy. Yeah. I don't know with Whatnot how much of it is like them not wanting to be too harsh with punishments. It's definitely not a good look for them, but yeah, maybe it's part greed, because they want to be making the fees off all these transactions, which they do. So that maybe they're a little bit too lax on the rules. Again, like, I can't imagine, like, if it was me, if I'm Whatnot, if I own Whatnot, if I'm a higher up at Whatnot, if I have anything to do with Whatnot on the decision-making level, Like, I want zero association with anyone that's going to scam someone. Like, if they're caught scamming, if it's on my platform, if it's outside of the platform, if it's proven, if you can see clear as day that someone is scamming, doesn't matter if it's for a couple bucks, they're gone. See you later. That's not acceptable here. It's like if you owned a store and your employees were stealing from the customers, like what are you keeping them around? You don't think they're stealing from you or others? They're never going to do it again. Again, there's always a whole lot more. When something happens or something gets caught, there's a good chance that wasn't the first time. There's a good chance it won't be the last time. Video Game Hunter 69 says the best thing to do, don't buy any mystery bag stuff. I only stuck with sellers that sell outright with no gimmicks or games. Those are the legit sellers, not these clowns that rip off simple-minded individuals. Yeah, so again, like I try to tell people, like, just stay away from the mystery bag stuff. It's not worth it. The mystery boxes, the mystery bags, but they're fun. No, they're not. Just buy something that you want. Save up for something that you want. Like, don't do the raffle lottery crap. You're paying more. Save up. Get what you actually want. If you need mystery or something, if it's in TCG, buy some packs. Get your gamble out. Gamble fix. Whatever you got to do. Again, you're not going to make money opening Pokemon cards. The instance where that can happen is very few and far between. Something needs to come out and essentially be not available, but you somehow got it. In terms of, like, if a new set comes out and it's so popular that you can't find it, people can't find it on shelves, people can't find it online. We saw it with Celebrations, and no, it's only a temporary thing. So if you open like Celebrations on release and you got it at a good price, yeah, you could pretty much break even on opening those packs, because I think every Pikachu was worth more than the price of the pack, and there was like a Pikachu in every pack essentially, or better. So yes. Slippery Slope a Dope says, you got swindled by a chick with a nose ring? I'm so shocked. That's crazy, bro. And didn't task. What in the hell? Did and task? I bet you she forgot about the PS5 until he mentioned about it. If it's not in there, he would off himself. Certified scam classic. I think, yeah, I don't think she forgot about the PS5. I think it was more just like she had to set the stuff down to the side, and then she had to, make sure that there was time, whether it was someone else that stuck it in there, or she stuck it in there while she was off screen pretending to like pull the stuff out and put the PS5 in there, put the PS5 token cardboard thingy majoo. Spooky Snorlax with 2 X's. You can be rightfully angry about the mystery bag situation, but you don't need to be using words like ho. It's degrading and unnecessary to the situation. Oh, it was removed. What else do you expect from gamers, LOL? The outfit is fire. I guess. Women who dress like this specifically to attract the wrong kind of male attention are degrading themselves and women in general. It says, I see you do you. I think that's, everyone can give their opinion on this. I don't think it's necessarily like the outfit that's the issue. I think it's the scam. We're gonna focus on the scam here, instead of fighting on whether women should be dressing like any particular thing. We got a very wild takes here, but again, I don't know. Are we feeling bad that there's insults thrown at people that are ripping people off? I'm not gonna lose sleep over it. But yeah. Not as important as the issue at hand. We have please review the rules. Slap on the wrist warning. Dishonest, manipulative sellers should be permanently banned. Get Rattle on them as soon as possible. Yes. Why do you gotta tag me? I guess I was already tagged earlier. Maybe they saw that. Cream of Ice says, why do people still use this app? It's a scam central. It is. It kind of is. I mean, all the Facebook stuff, all the razzle dazzle Facebook stuff, your drips or anything like this, with people that are doing this stuff, that are trying to like turn flip dipping gambling into a profession, yes, it's riddled with scammers. That's right where the scammer culture is. No, it's not all of them. No, it's not everyone that's selling cards on there. No, it's not everyone that's probably selling video games and stuff like that on there. But when it's too good to be true, they're probably pumping you in the butt. Darwin saying, mystery bags have killed the video game category on Whatnot. Unfortunately, video games don't bring in enough money for Whatnot to care about fixing it. Yeah, I think also just the fact that like it's probably pretty hard to do video games, like at least auction style or mystery box style, and to a point that it's like making money and that it's good for the customer. I don't think there's a balance there that exists. I do think that you could probably have like sales of some kind where you, or even auctions, but the auctions, again, like the auctions would be very hard unless they're just looking to clear stuff out. In which case, they're gonna go with the option that makes them the most money with the rigged PS5 mystery baggy nonsense. Thunder says all of these mystery bag games need to be banned from the Whatnot app. The majority of these bags are also rigged by the seller. Yeah, sellers know what to do to make the most money possible. True. I like the ones who do cards, mostly legitimate compared to bags. I don't know. Wizard Hat Wames. When thinking up games for our Whatnot stream, we wanted to do mystery bags with one super high ceiling, but we always ran into the same problem. If someone gets it early in the stream, it could ruin the whole stream if the AGS don't sell out right away. Bags, I guess, if the bags don't sell out right away. So we never ended up doing one like that and abandoned the idea. Right. So here, this is the kind of thought process that you need to have. This is the problem. This is the energy, the Blake energy crap. If they're hitting that 1 in 8, like they're hemorrhaging. They're absolutely hemorrhaging money. If your bounty in the background, if your big prize is big money, you're gambling just as much as they are. So unless you rig it, then it doesn't matter. It's not a gamble for you anymore. You're just stealing from people. That's what it comes down to. Any game where the ceiling is way off from the average has to be rigged so that the big money prize doesn't appear early in the stream. Yeah, and I think that's the thing too. I don't know if a rule on like, okay, your like ceiling can't be so far away from like what it is, or you have to bring it back down to reality. I mean, you have to bring it back down to reality, so like your big prize or your like average is close enough to like the biggest thing that you can get. Is that appealing to people though? Probably not. Is it appealing to like the people selling this crap? Again, there's mystery items, mystery products are either they're going to charge a premium in order to make money off of it, or some combination of these. They're going to have just absolute garbage that they're trying to unload, and maybe the price is fair, or it's going to be rigged. It's like it's not good. There's no winning. There's they're selling mystery products for a reason. And when they're aggressively, like the prizes are crazy, it just becomes more and more likely that you're getting hosed. I see a man and a young boy. That's insane. Whatnot is full of scammers. Imagine dressing like that. Lamafao. Cookie Duster says, once again, did you all see there was multiple ceilings included over 2K worth of items? Yes, was opened off screen, just like 90% of mystery bags. TOS has changed, and so has everyone else selling mystery bags. Old thread, get over it. What? TOS has changed, but they're still doing the same thing. Yeah, that's the thing. I made the mistake of opening a mystery box off screen by accident on my first ever mystery box stream. Ooh, that is a whoopsie doopsie. Got called out on it and admitted my wrong on stream and canceled the order. Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. Genuine mistake on my part, and I make it a priority to not make that mistake again. Yeah, I think like even setting up properly beforehand, like she had the table behind her there. If you have a table or something that's all within, the viewing area of the stream, then that's probably, you set it up so that you don't accidentally do that. If it's you got the whole table covered, you set it down on the table, you take it out of the bag, anything like that. Yes, it's on you as the seller to make sure that it doesn't go off screen, or when you like intentionally walk way up to the camera so that you can put it down beside the camera, which is clearly not on screen. Then you're that's your own bet. So now when people do it after one time, it's just clear to me they're trying to fuck over customers. Yeah, so I'm sure when she was doing that, if she ever did that before, if people are doing that, like the stream is going to call them out. Then whether or not they get they start banning the people within the chat, I think maybe Whatnot needs to put a priority on looking at why people were kicked from streams. Like, okay, if they're trolling or whatever, yes, and it should be like some kind of strike. If they're just like straight up like calling out like, oh, you're dressed like that, so of course you're doing dirty things or whatever. Like, keep the comments, keep the criticism like within the boundaries of like not giving them justification for kicking you, because if they kick you for no good reason, if it's like just criticism, just being like, hey, you really shouldn't be taking those off screen or something like that, and they ban you, it's probably a little bit of a better case for Whatnot to say like, okay, they like, these guys are banning anyone that's like calling them out or saying that they're doing something wrong. Where if you throw insults in there, they're probably they're going to be able to justify banning you. But again, I think that's probably where Whatnot needs to focus down, is just like who's getting banned. If they can watch, they can see who's typing what and what they get banned for. They're going to see like, typically that's going to line up with if something shady is going on. So even without like the report and timestamp and whatever, or threads like this, same as a Blake, definitely scam. Definitely a scam. I can't read today, guys. My apologies. Kid Farv 4. Never bun hunt. Got it. What? They are live now. Make sure you stop on by and say hi. I called them out and was blocked in 2 seconds. So yeah, that's the thing too. It's just like, make sure you guys choose, if you're going to go in and you're going to criticize the actions of people that are like doing scams or whatever, like the report is the most important thing. But also just make sure that the criticism is not, harassment. It's more just criticism of like what they're doing and if they're ripping people off, kind of thing. But to each their own. People are going to do what they're going to do. Thanks for tuning in to another video. I know it wasn't TCG related, but I think it's a little bit important to point out the fact that this is happening in the other areas of Whatnot as well. Again, I would never purchase any TCG stuff. I would also never purchase any video game stuff on Whatnot. I just don't think it's worth it. It's not worth the risk. I mean, Whatnot would have to do something incredibly right for me to ever make my first purchase on the platform. I get that other people have. I just think it's a waste of time, and to be able to like vet a seller to the point that you should feel comfortable is just like, it's a lot of work. And then relying on whether or not you can catch somebody scamming you, and if you do catch them scamming you, then is Whatnot going to actually take action? Are they going to do what they need to do? Who knows? I don't know. Do you know? Does anyone know? Join my flippin' Discord. Tonight we got the happy hour chat. So make sure you guys get in there for that. It's just like a voice and video chat. If you want to open cards, that is the place to do so. If you don't have any in real life friends that want to watch you open Pokemon cards, we will gladly watch you open Pokemon cards. There's no pressure to bring any cards, but as an option, an alternative to go in and buy in your cards from somebody that's probably resealing them, searching them, and or charging you for gambling on top of them, you can rip yourself off. You can rip your own packs in my Discord chat. There's lots of cool people in there. It's usually a good time, and everyone is welcome. So come on in. Come on in.